Hello and welcome to Goa 365's Story Behind the Story. Now Goa is known as a progressive state. It is a developed state. The GDP is quite high. However, behind the curtain, as they say, the story behind the story, especially regarding women's issues, is there. There are many women's issues that are present behind the facade of everything, the highways and the roads. So we decided that we'll take up this issue, for discussion, this particular issue, and we have invited a few prominent ladies who have been involved in this struggle to ensure that women issues come out in the open and are addressed. First of all, I would like to introduce Dr. Sabina Martins. Her NGO, Baila Prasad, has been there for a very long time. Doctor, welcome to our show. Second, I would like to introduce Dr. Pramod Salgaonkar. She's the first chairperson of the Women's Commission in Goa. She's had 3 terms. She's been in politics, a known person, known business family also. Doctor, welcome to our show.
Yeah, thank you.
And Rashida Muzawar is the head of the Muslim Women's Association. It's one of the first associations, women's, which takes care of her community and various issues of that community. Rashida ma'am, welcome to our show.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Doctor, I would like you to start off. Give us a general breakdown, in short, about what issues you face
Okay.
in your day-to-day functioning as a NGO, Baila Prasad.
There are several issues around women, concerning women. So, like discrimination, we have like the boy preference and they do not give importance to girls. These are still prevailing. Discrimination, oppression is there. We've been talking about widows being oppressed. Also, people from certain communities and caste and based on religion, they are oppressed. So they have specific issues. Then we talk about exploitation. Exploitation, we have sexual exploitation. Now, recently we've heard a lot about the massage parlors. In the 18 June, the anniversary of Baina demolition, what is happening in the sex trade. And we have issues which are the result of the economic policy, like promotion of alcohol, promotion of gambling, and which definitely affects women. Tourism, what is there, and we have political issues also. Women because they are in politics, there is also the issues regarding that. At the workplaces, we have sexual harassment. We have till today. We have at workplaces as with regards to pay. We don't have equal pay for equal work. Then there are crimes against women, which are specific to women, like domestic violence. You have sexual assault. There are several kinds of issues. Violence that is taking place. Now, if you look at, there are several issues, but I think if you look at all the issues, you ask any woman, what would you like, to address, and the first thing that comes is violence against women. The crimes against women. And I think we should focus on crimes against women and the redressal system, because we will not be able to, though we take stock of all the issues, but if we want some concrete suggestions, then let's focus on this.
This crimes against women, as Sabina said, is very important, because basically it's safety, physical well-being. So, Dr. Pramod, could you give us some more details about what exactly you mean by crimes against women and some part of the redressal system?
Yeah, actually,
before I move to
the Women's Commission, we had envisaged 25 years back, and Baila Prasad and all other women organizations, we had taken up with the government that there should be some kind of this Women's Commission. We already had National Commission. Many states, because this crimes against women has always been a very important subject, because women face violence not just outside their homes, they face violence within the house, within their homes. So it was on the agenda of the women's movement, that we have to have some mechanism to deal with this crimes against women. Women's Commission was one of that, and Sabina and I, we know, because we know this well, because we took it up with the government, and Bailanjo Saad and other organizations, Mahila Congress, I was the president at that time of Mahila Congress. So actually clause by clause this particular Women's Commission was worked upon, and then in 96 it became a law. The act came into existence. So, and then the next year commission was formed. I was the first chairperson of the commission, and I felt at that time, we all had that experience, that women thought in Goa, that even we thought the moment Women's Commission is there, then women have some, a place somewhere. To the moment she has any issue, she faces violence, she would go there, and immediately, like a magic wand, commission would do away with all the injustice and whatever violence was happening. So even we were thinking like that, but that was not the case, because violence is all it is pervasive across all strata of society, and more importantly, it's just not enough to have a women's commission or a police station. Awareness has to be there. Women should be aware of their own rights, because women don't know that they are facing injustice in so many situations. So they should be aware of their rights. So I thought that the first task before the commission was to create awareness, and we really embarked on that journey, creating awareness. We didn't have office, we didn't have infrastructure, no infrastructure at all, no staff. We were asked to set up the commission. So a couple of years, we had very good member secretary at that time. The first member secretary, Prabha Chandran, IS officer, she was there at that time. So she worked very hard, and all my entire team, I had all NGOs working with me. Sabina was member, and we had lawyers, we had activists, mostly all of them I could say were activists. So they were not women who were just picked up because they were political party members, or because they belonged to some high positions. So they were all grassroots level women activists. So I think the success, and that's what I'm saying, that at that time people were happy with the commission, because women used to come there. Though we had, we used to meet in members' office, houses first, like Mahila Mandals, okay, like kitty parties, and then we had a small office in the old GMC, now ESG is there, a small office there, and whatever, but there used to be crowd, and I always think crowd was there, that means, and I used to have a big group of women at my gate every morning. So I knew that women are coming. That means, one, crime is there. They are facing problems in the society, and two, they're getting some kind of relief from the commission. That's why they come to us. Okay. So whether it was just talking to them, whether it was giving them advice what to do next, or whether it was solving their actual whatever they were facing, the issues, solving them, or problems, whatever, but they were getting solace. That is what is, I feel, success of the commission, even in the initial stages. So after that, of course, the commission, I think we had office in Junta House, which was
still there, I think, no?
It's still there. It's still there, but it is same. It nothing. Yeah. The commission has not been strengthened, and whatever issues that were there, lack of infrastructure, there are no funds. The commission has a lot of work to do. Give inputs on policy matters regarding women. Submit their report in the assembly, so that lot of work is there, but nothing of this is possible.
Not only that, even carrying out, like we had sensitization workshop for the judges. Sabina, sometimes she tells me about what happens in the court, and I said that was the reason why we even brought those how judges are, and they wouldn't like to be trained by a person like me. who's not from a legal
Actually,
background.
more than judges, I think who needs training, I think, are the police officers.
So we did that.
I would like to, Rajita ma'am, you now please continue on what.
Yes, women's crimes against women is everywhere, on the road, in the house, police station, everywhere you can see the crimes against the women, even the old age home also. So there's so many crimes are there, but women are suffering because of these crimes. There is nobody to help them, many women, and especially in you can say in Muslim women's, they are very they don't like to come out of the house, many, so they need some supports and all. Many cases are there, and mostly cases are coming about domestic violence. Many cases are there, domestic violence, and the women's, they badly need a help. There should be some organization who can help them, and these one-stop centers are there. There has to be many more, so that the women should feel that there is someone to help them.
So basically,
This one thing now, especially these old age homes today, it's becoming an issue because the parents are there, they take care. I mean, kids, then they take care of the kids. Kids go out and then they are alone, and they are alone, and sometimes they remain with one child, and then that it becomes a burden on that thing. Then there is an issue. So this is something. I think it happens in all communities, including your.
I'm not talking about the old age of our community. I'm not talking about that.
About everywhere.
Everywhere it is.
Today,
And I've been.
because it is old people are staying at home today. No,
Yeah.
the kids are outside. So
Sir, I had been to old age home, and I've seen they are crying. They can't get, nobody is there to speak out, and the people, the staff, even have I don't want to mention the name, but I had given complaints to the director and all. So even I have recording of the person who had spoken everything about details about the old age home. They have been suffered. They are not given food properly. They are not given clothes. Even their own clothes they are removing.
But this
taken
has
away.
always been a case. What she's saying is absolutely true. And one of the functions of the commission, you remember, Sabina, we
Is to
used
go
to go
for
for
inspection.
inspections. Whether it is jail, whether it is old age home, wherever you are keeping women, we have to. And in old age homes, what you find mostly women. Very few men are there.
Yeah.
But women outlive men in
Mostly,
most of the
yes.
situations.
women are a very vulnerable section.
Yes.
So
and
we
financially
Financially
obviously
also,
it is
yeah.
an issue because of finance.
Finance.
I don't know, I'm sure if I say this, a lot of men will probably get a little upset with me, but I think men use that finance to dominate women, which
Very
I've seen.
true.
And today, what is happening? The reason why I feel violence will probably go up is because today women are working, so that domination, like the woman has to keep quiet now because they don't have money. Today that will become less, and that will lead a clash. I don't know.
There
I
are
know
issues.
you're a doctorate in chemistry, but this is also some sort of chemistry.
Yeah.
Would that be the reason for more clashes today?
there's power
100%.
equations
changing.
need to
Are
changing,
changing.
and but see even economic power may give some what you call it status to a woman.
Flip side.
But
flip
there is
side.
also the flip side. I just want to come before I go to that about women. We've had girls who are not married, and the family members use them as domestic help in the house, to look after the house, to love children. They are not paid, and they are subjected to violence, so that they are
Women.
subservient. Okay, so I'm talking about vulnerable single women. We've had single women who have been, say, those who are not married, who don't have like what we call the family. There is a constant eye on their property, and if they have the money or wealth, and there are always means to kind of take. I've have two women. I mean, there are many women, but I know a mother, daughter they come regularly to our office because their property has been taken away. Then we have, when we were in the commission and subsequently also as BS, we have rescued women who were confined to their house.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Confined,
closed.
Yeah.
And
I see.
it is
For
a
years.
traumatic situation.
But not because they are mental.
No,
No.
they in fact they say they are mental, and when they were taken to because we would also think someone who's a person who's confined in the house would go off
Yes.
their the stability would be
Absolutely.
affected.
Absolutely.
We've taken them to IPHB. The doctors have examined them, and we said now she'll have to be kept here because till she is okay. Doctor said no.
Yeah, perfect.
If as long as the person is in a normal circumstances, they will be okay. She doesn't need to be hospitalized. And this is another trend that we have seen. I mean, on these cases, that wherever there is violence and they want to kind of subjugate the woman, one thing they will say that that person is of unsound mind. Okay, and she has to be sent for mental health. Every police station now, recently one case, the woman has been beaten, there is blood on her, went to the police station to register a complaint. The police station did not register the complaint.
Why?
Instead saying that the brother said that she is of unsound mind.
So if you are an unsound, you can beat the person?
Exactly.
Is this what the police
And-
told you? No,
Yeah.
who is this police station?
And
I would like to ask you
yes,
personally.
in fact we are documenting, dating all the documentation. So this person was sent to the police, then sends one constable instead of sending for a medical checkup of the violence that has taken place, because the first thing they have to register an FIR and send off a medical, especially when
Yes.
there is blood.
Of course.
That was not done, and this person is sent to IPHB.
Why?
The
That,
next
police
day.
that means that you should make a complaint against this
Yes.
specific police officer who is higher up. He should be taken.
This is what we
Now,
want
if,
to do.
if they are not going to do it, you let us know.
No.
We will take up this issue.
Sure.
Directly. This I'm saying on
Openly. And then this
thing. We will
person
take it
was
up. Who is
sent
this
to
policeman?
IPHB,
Let
and
us
the
see
doctor
how
very
good
clearly
he is
said,
as a doctor.
that this woman does not need medication and she's okay.
So that means she's been physically beaten up.
She's been physically beaten up. And so what is happening now, we had another domestic violence case, and they keep saying, no, this woman keeps on complaining because she, every time there is an issue, one thing this woman has learnt is that if there is violence, now she should complain. Earlier she was not complaining, so she keeps calling the police station. So police stations are also fed up that she keeps calling. They won't
But
register
they are
the
not taking
complaint.
action.
Exactly. So they say we are fed up of her
Why
every
they
time
fed up?
she's
They
calling.
take action. They should.
Yes.
They should take action. That
And
means the police are failed.
so they are
Not
also
the
saying
woman
that
has-
she is a mental case,
Okay.
and we are getting very angry because every second person they are saying that person is of unsound mind.
Yeah, doctor, you feel that this now you've also been in politics. You've been in NGO. You feel that the problem here is not the laws. We have enough laws, I think. Here. We have enough laws. Even lot of police stations,
Yes.
everything. But implementation is an issue. You feel about all the laws.
Of
That
course.
sensitivity, awareness you were talking about. Now 25 years have passed. Has that not improved? You feel? What do you feel?
No, it depends. There was, as I said, there was time when there were Women's Commission functions were seen. We even from judges to police to we trained for these sexual harassment committees. We used to have regular training for them. It's not enough to constitute a committee and just have
But
them on
Are the
paper.
cops actually implementing all these rules?
Yeah.
From what we see, they are not. No.
They're not, because they've not received proper training. That's what I'm saying. What is the use of having committees, having officers, if they don't know their job well, and not, they may know their job content, but do they have the sensitivity? There's something called being gender sensitive, no?
Also fear, no? If nobody is going to, suppose if you do a crime and you get away with it once you look on top, behind, okay, somebody is looking. Second time you are more confident.
Yeah.
Is this because
Of
nobody is, there is no, do we have a women's commission now at this present moment?
No. We do.
Commission is there.
Commission
but
is there
no
on
chairperson
paper.
is
no
appointed.
It is act, no? So they cannot
They
just
have
do
to.
away with it.
Okay.
So commission is there until recently, until I think the terms of this chairperson expired. I think somebody was
So
there.
this comes under the TCP minister, Social Welfare, Women
No,
and
no, no,
Child.
women and child,
Women and
TCP
Child.
minister.
Yeah, but same minister, no?
Same
Vishwajit
minister,
Rane.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think Mr. Rane Junior should take this up, because
Yes.
the way the woman, from what is happening, that the police stations are not, it is a lacune on his part, his department, no?
Yeah.
Because there is no supervision.
There should not be a gap between the
not be
first
a gap.
chairperson and the
Exactly.
when the term gets over, the department should know the term of this chairperson is getting over month before that or whatever. They should start the process and
appointing
take
a chairperson is okay, but actually chairperson should do some work, no? What is the point of
Yeah,
having?
that is also important.
one is when there is no chairperson, then job doesn't get
No,
done.
but when
Yeah.
you are saying that the police are not taking cognizance, that time I'm sure there was a chairperson. Was it of any use to
Yeah,
you?
but see now
And it is the work of the commission if to call the police officer.
Exactly.
They have quasi judicial
Yes,
power.
have
they
judicial
can
powers.
make them sit there.
Yeah.
How the cops make you sit there when you
Yeah,
are the police.
yeah.
Make it, Rachita ma'am, what do you feel now? Is this something that is happening over the years? Has it improved? Our roads have become better. Our, I don't know, electricity has not become better, but at least bridges are. But has this sensitivity of the police, especially to women, has it improved? Has it remained the same? Has it become worse, Rachita ma'am?
Maybe it has become worst.
yeah.
Hmm.
the
Why? Because we have better jeeps. Most of the police cops have got good vehicles. They've got everything. But
No.
What about the training? What
Yeah.
about gender sensitization? That is what
Rajita,
she should
you
be
tell your
doing it.
experience over the
There's
police
no
station.
one.
They have everything, all facility they have, but
Yes.
they are not doing the work properly.
yes. Why you feel?
Because if a poor lady goes to them, if she wants to write on the FIR, they will not. They'll say this thing. She has to go back
But
just to
the
find out
crime rates might
someone,
go up.
NGO or anything.
But this is a very, very serious issue, and we have seen that FIRs are not being registered, and more so, as I said, just before the assembly elections, though it was just impossible to get one FIR registered unless
Why?
it was because one thing is when we talk about government, the directions are given to them not to register cases because
Why?
increased crimes against women will give a wrong impression that the governance is not
Yes.
taking place. That is something which is seems to be there in the air.
Okay.
So they don't register. There was a serious case. A minor was introduced into drugs, and because she came from a poor family, and this was in Sankali village, okay, and
Sakali means the Chief Minister's
Chief Minister's constituency.
Okay.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Why cases don't get registered?
He's also the Home Minister, by the way. That
Yeah,
was
and I want to talk about this case because it's a
Yes.
very serious issue, and because she's poor, she cannot pay for the drugs. Then these young girls are introduced into sexual activity, okay, and it is not just one girl. It's like a group of them, and it affects the community. And there is a group which is selling drugs, inducing people into drugs. There are girls who are getting into sexual activity. So it's not just an one-off crime. Now, when the complaint was registered, the mother has gone and registered a complaint. Nothing was done. Then this girl was found this girl, they are school students, okay,
School children.
and they are minors, so it is
Minor.
all the more important that this issue had to be addressed. So it was not so when they used to come late first, then it was like one night out, then it became a weeknight. So the mother was worried that child was missing, okay, didn't know where it was. And so when they located, they were with this group of boys or whatever, and she complained. The girl was brought to the police station and she was beaten
By the cops.
by the cops.
Really?
I don't know whether
Why?
I'm so angry. First of all, you're not supposed to hit a minor, even that is a
No,
children's
but
act.
minor,
And she's a victim. That's what I'm saying. She's a victim. She was beaten up. Okay. They said, okay, we want the names of all the boys or whoever was involved in that. Now, is this a way that you beat a victim to get information? The police system has collapsed that you cannot collect information. Okay.
Wow.
Then
This is
they don't.
amazing.
No, and they take
The
the
FIR
girl-
is not registered.
No,
Nobody's been arrested.
no, nobody's arrested, and the police had planned to take action. That's what I was told.
Had planned.
Had planned.
Wow.
No, I'm saying had planned, and she was to send. This girl had to be sent for a medical examination. Now, because if there is a sexual crime, if there is drugs involved in it, then you have to send for medical.
Compulsory.
They had no.
They don't
not
have a
sent.
choice.
They didn't send. They didn't send. So when you don't send for medical, you don't collect the evidence, so they don't want to register the
Wait,
FIR.
one second. Now tell me one thing. Now, suppose if you make a mistake, the
Yeah.
law catches you. Everybody, even a politician, ministers are in jail. So if a policeman makes a mistake, is he arrested? Have you
He's
found
not
any
arrested,
policeman
but
arrested who
nobody
doesn't
takes
make a mistake?
cognizance. We wrote a letter to the DGP,
Okay.
not the present DGP, the former DGP at that time. We wrote the whole sequence of events.
And what happened?
And nothing happened. He says, "Janne de," and then when we through our own contacts and we try to say, they say, ऊपर से ये आया है कि इसमें action मत लो.
Why? Why?
Imagine.
And no, but,
Why?
and so I thought that because one, it could be the drug cartel, and whoever
But
is
here
in the
our
line.
government is on record saying that they are going to break the drug cartel and they are
Drug
going to take
cartel
action
and
against
sexual
drugs.
activity.
And our chief minister is in Kalangut stopping all the
Exactly,
massage
but it
parlors.
didn't happen in Sankhli.
Does it happen in one day?
Then
I don't know.
No.
Now this is what you have to tell us.
No,
There
and
are the people on the- on
I'm
the-
very angry about it, and very angry about it, because then finally because the girl had to, you are not doing anything against the criminal, but we have to save the girl, okay, or prevent. So we called up Childline, we called the Children's Commission people and all, and managed to get this girl into a shelter home by government only.
Yeah.
But they did medical checkup, but they didn't. These people now, if you do a medical checkup for after 8 days, 10 days,
It's not
you have
point.
lost
It's no
evidence,
point, yeah.
and whatever was required to be done at that point of time was not done.
See, okay, now we have like run out of time, so
Yeah.
I mean we'll continue this discussion later. But what I'm saying is that why is it that y'all are NGOs, respectable NGOs, prominent people, why is it that you all forget about the victim? I'm not saying the victim is not important or the perpetrator. Why is it that you all don't ask for action against the police officers?
We
Because
have
they
been
are the
asking.
biggest criminals.
Of course we
In
are.
writing.
Of course
Because
we
they
are.
are the ones. See, ultimately it is the cops who will catch, no doubt. Detection is okay. Conviction, fear of the law. It is only the police, the way the cases are filed, the way. So in case they don't do their job now, if I don't do my job, I'll be fired and thrown out on the streets.
No, and police violence is something which nobody takes up, because there is retribution. And there was one minor who went to the hospital in the night. The cops catch this girl, and she was answering an exam. Again, she's a minor, and they beat her up.
Why?
So these are issues which are very, very serious
Okay,
issues
okay,
which need to be
yeah,
taken
yeah.
up.
It's something an eye opener possibly for the authorities also to see, because index, happiness, progressive state, all that. At least Goa is a small state. We can easily, I think, surmount these issues, make Goa a really, really good state. We are with the government on this, but the government should take action. We have a dynamic chief minister, a home minister who should take action on this. We have a woman and child, also very dynamic minister. I think some of these issues can easily be taken up, but I promise you this much, as far as we are concerned, we will take up this issue. Now these are issues, serious issues, because ultimately if the health of the woman is good, society is good, the better or the more happier the woman is, society is happy, and in progressive development index, all this as you call happiness index. Because if the woman is unhappy, then the children are unhappy, frustration goes on the children, and then the whole society gets. So hopefully we can make a change we can support the NGOs who are helping the woman. That is something that we commit from our side, and we will take up this discussion forward in time as time goes by. Thank you, Savina. Thank you, Rashida. Thank you very much, and keep watching Goa 365.